Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that seems to be very pleased with themselves. They feel like they're getting everything that they want. So this could be somebody that you work with. This could be anyone really, but the distinguishing attribute is that they don't seem to have a lot of people that they look out for or consider. They may be very like me. And I guess rather unliked. There are people who have a lot of issues with this Six of Wands because normally the Six of Wands has people in the background and they are supportive or they're like cheering them on, right? Because this is victory. There's no one there. There's not even scenery back there. So there's something empty about this victory, whatever it may be. Maybe it's a legal situation. Maybe we've got somebody who earned a promotion but didn't really earn it. But there's some, I almost want to say it's like a rebellion. There's chattering going on. There's people who are frustrated. There's people who want to start an argument. The sun is in the reverse because I feel for two things. There's discontent, frustration, irritation, or even anger. And there's also some hidden conversations, people that are talking in hushed tones, right? What are they whispering about? There's not a lot of people that are happy for this person, and there's a reason. So I don't know, you guys. It's gonna be a little contentious today. So let's call it spirit with a little bit of one chat at a time. I hope you're having a good day so far. I was able to get out and record shorts outside, which was great. So I've got some of those for you. Hello, Stephen. Hello, Tim. How you doing? If you would like a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box below, right above, where you can also find a link to my details for the memberships that I offer, ranging from $3.99 to $24.99. So pick your poison. Let's go with the cats who rule the earth, or the cats rule the earth. I kind of mess up the name of this every time. I'm sorry, guys. But it's cats, so I love it. All right, what else do we have about this empty victory and people who don't like it? Nine of Swords in the reverse. Another Six of Wands. Wow. So statistically speaking, that's significant or impressive to have drawn the Six of Wands twice when you've only pulled 3 cards from each deck. There's 78 cards, so I have to imagine it's 1/78 multiplied by 1/78. Is that right? As far as the statistic? Or how likely it is? Look, this is somebody who's like, they don't care. They're on cloud 9. They're excited. They're like, I got what I want. Where is everybody? Why aren't you guys telling me how awesome I am? Why aren't you over here laughing at my jokes and telling me that I'm the coolest person that you've ever met? Where are you guys? I'm so confused. Don't you see how awesome I am? Ugh. The word obnoxious comes to mind. Apologies. It just, yeah. This is somebody who doesn't have a care in the world. They feel like they got exactly what they wanted. Everything is great. They want to celebrate, but no one wants to celebrate with them. I suppose you could say a birthday party thrown by someone else for you is more fun than when you throw for yourself. Especially if you don't have any people who show up. This feels to me like somebody who is real self-congratulatory, but they don't understand that whatever they are working on or celebrating is actually not a victory. This is not a victory. Whatever they are celebrating, whatever they are feeling accomplished over, this is actually like the straw that breaks the camel's back. So Chariot in the reverse, this is what leads to problems for this person. This is a weakness or a blind spot for them. They're celebrating something that ends up causing them drama. And the reason they can't necessarily grasp that is this is somebody who really only thinks about short-term gratification or how things are going right now. They don't think about like 5 years from now or 10 years from now. And that's part of the problem. As far as self-awareness or even just like reading the room, I don't know if this person has that. But it's like they've pushed too far on someone. With this 9 of Wands, I feel like there's someone who feels like they need to make things difficult for this magician. So the magician is the 6 of Wands energy. Lots of fire energy. We've got 6 of Wands, the magician, the 9 of Wands, and strength is also fire. That's Leo energy. Not to mention at the beginning, we had the 6 of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Oh, and the sun. That's all fire. Anyways. And now we have a 4 of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Very possible to be prominent in this reading. Hello there, Jess. How are you doing? We've got the 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. Both can be a reference to one's domicile, where you live, your home. Why do I feel like this is so fake? These are beautiful cards. This is great energy, but it feels fake to me, plastic. I'm seeing Nicole Kidman in Stepford 5. Oh my God, I can't talk. Stepford Wives. I got it. I don't know why, but I feel like this is somebody who, it's like people in their life, they're props. Knight of Swords. Ugh. What is this? Everything's like a photographable moment. Everything's a show for other people. Everything is, here, look at me. Aren't you jealous? Don't you wish you had what I have? So we could have somebody who's a little bit famous or makes their money on social media, sells books, has like marketing they have to do, but everything... Well, here, let's leave this one out. Everything from these 3 cards, which are normally really beautiful cards, okay? It seems fake to me. Like, I just want everyone to think that what's important to them is also important to me. But we also have the Knight of Swords in the reverse, which to me says is all a lie. And it's clarifying the magician. So it's like, I know what you want to see, so I'm going to present it to you. You'll think that's who or what I am. But this ain't the truth. This is just like, you know, the work of like 5 photographers and my personal assistant and roughly 18 Snickers bars, so I didn't eat anybody. Rawr! Like, I don't know. It feels like I'm trying to cosplay as human, even though these are cats. Kind of works. Like, family that isn't real family. Ace of Swords. And the Lovers in the reverse. Huh. So for some weird reason, I'm thinking about Anne of Cleves. And if you don't recognize that name, Anne of Cleves is perhaps the luckiest of the ladies that King Henry VIII wanted to pursue, because although she was tarnished and called like the ugliest lady in the world, she was not beheaded and ended up getting like paid or like taken care of by King Henry VIII, probably because she was so willing to like step aside for somebody he found more attractive. This is like someone who was not chosen, like Anne of Cleves. And they know the truth. They know that this is all fake. They know that this is just BS, right? This is for the public to consume and feel like, oh gosh, that's so relatable. I should buy your products or support you. Whatever it is. All right, this is the Golden Art Nouveau. What else? The Hermit. the Star. And the Six of Wands is in the reverse, clarifying the Knight of Swords in the reverse. The reason I laugh about that is this column here is the Magician, the Knight of Swords in the reverse, and the Six of Wands in the reverse. Amidst all these beautiful cards where you're like, smile for the camera, look at, isn't everything perfect? Don't you like envy my life? Just this energy. In the middle of it is this Magician, somebody who's like, okay, make sure it looks exactly like this. We don't want anybody to see the, crumbling, crusty, awful parts of my life, just the really shiny, sparkly ones. But then the Six of Wands is in the reverse. It's like you try so hard to make sure everybody sees you a particular way. You want to be seen as successful. Look at this, look at that. I own this and I have that. But this fame is based on a lie, or this success, this reputation, it's based on a lie. So the Hermit is clarifying the Ten of Cups, and I feel like it's because there's someone who is, it's like I don't know if they're literally being sneaky about it, but I'm seeing, oh God, I can't remember her name. Emily Van Camp did the show Revenge, and she pretended to be somebody else in order to ingratiate herself into a family that she loathed, hated. And it feels to me like we have somebody who hates being a part of this family, or who knows that this is all just a facade because they were excluded, right? So whoever thinks they have this idyllic little life that everybody's buying into, this is not going to remain how people view them. There's going to be a change in perspective. There's going to be additional information, and people are going to believe this. Hanged Man is in the reverse. This is a change in perspective because you're literally hanging upside down. You're going to see things a little different. Hello, how's it going, Thor? Hello, Hunter. How are you doing? Thank you, Thor. And then we've got the Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So I'm nervous I'm going to get her name wrong. There was a Kennedy sister that embarrassed people. I think her name was Rosemary. Please, if you know what it really was, or if you can confirm, let me know. But they made her get a lobotomy. Like, ruined her. She was different. They were embarrassed by her. They wanted to hide her. They did hide her. I'm seeing that reference because this feels to me like a family really focused on their reputation. This is who we are. Everybody, aren't you jealous of me? But they like rejected someone. Like you ain't part of it. You don't fit in. I'm not suggesting somebody actually got a lobotomy, but what I'm saying is there was a family that turned their back to this person, this Four of Pentacles individual. This is the person who knows the truth. I figured we'd see the moon, secretive energy, hiding what the reality is of this home life or this family. Two of Wands in the reverse, Sun in the reverse. The truth is we can't stand each other. The truth is we don't look out for each other. The truth is we don't understand each other. Whatever it is very different from the image that is presented to people on social media or whatever it is, interviews. We do have the Star here, so there could be some element, like I said, of like a little bit of fame or having some type of limelight on them. Hello, Michael. How are you doing? Hello, Illuminati. How's your day? Hello, Spoons. You can't handle the truth. Six of Swords in the reverse. Mm. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, that's wild. I feel like I should say that my readings are for entertainment purposes only, just in case anybody starts getting to the point where they want to guess what this is about. Because if it is somebody who's got kind of a recognizable name, I ain't gonna say it. Things are getting worse. Things are getting choppy, unpredictable. Going along with the British vibe, this is making me think of how Queen Elizabeth I was able to, against all expectations, be victorious against the Armada. Now, why was Elizabeth, and I think that was pretty early on in her reign, although it was like 40 years long or whatever. She was a bit of a novice, okay? But she was nobody's fool. She benefited from the fact that the Spanish Armada was woefully unprepared to deal with the extremely tumultuous and like unpredictable sea weather. I don't know, storms. They got like destroyed kind of by Mother Nature more than Elizabeth and her fleet. Or the English fleet was just much more adept at sailing that type of sea, right? So that's what I'm seeing. Pun intended. Somebody with a reputation they've worked long and hard to like ensure is crystal. It's like sparkly, right? Like everybody look at me. We have matching turtlenecks. Is going to be completely like dashed. It's just not the same. And it's because with the High Priestess, there's somebody here who has gone through the eye of the storm. They've seen the actual like reality here. This High Priestess is the person who knows the truth, the Four of Pentacles, and they know that the magician, the person who's so invested in making sure their reputation is exactly what they want it to be, they're being exposed for stealing something. And I feel like it's intellectual property, because what I'm seeing is okay, I'll say it like this. There was a movie made called The Social Network, and it's about how somebody got real rich off of another person's actual idea, if you've seen it. I mean, there's so many other takeaways from that movie. Like, hey, how could I be like the biggest douche in the world? Just wondering. Anyways, was not his idea, got rich off of it. That's what I feel like this is. Somebody here was able to capitalize or monetize something that they do not have rights to. They used all of this money or this success to, build this reputation. Like, you want to be like me, don't you? But now they're being exposed for not just lying about what the status or like the vibe is of their family or their life, but the very like catalyst of their fame, whatever brought them this attention, is going to be exposed as like complete BS. Either doesn't do what you thought it did, or someone else came up with it, or someone was cheated out of their rightful place, whatever that, it's not theirs. So you're fake for how you want everyone to see you, and you're fake for how you want people to believe that you're responsible for this or that you created this. Entertainment purposes only. Spoons, I'm going to say yes, but my little asterisk to your question, which I should say for people since the live chat takes a while to show up. Do you believe in the red string theory, where you're linked to your soulmate? I do believe in that. However, my asterisk would be you're able to connect in that way with more than one person. So I don't believe there's one person out there and that's the only person that I could potentially be happy with. Do you know what I'm saying? So there are many red strings. All right, let's get a few from What's the News. How's it going, Matt? Hey, Laura. How are you? Yes, that's a good way to put it because, I mean, you could literally use string for that, right? You have to know when to cut it. Wine and dine, courtship, consistently dating, romance and passion. Receipts, evidence, guilty as charged, exposed. Oh, isn't that nice? And new boo. All right, I'm gonna go for a musical reference. I'm like getting so nervous with this reading because I don't know. Y'all know I don't like specifying people, but okay, there is a recent type of fighter who has a musical career who had a long-term reputation as like the good guy, and then exposed recently for having had a child outside of that family, right? That they were like, look at me, we're great. I'm still trying to like sidestep the name. Isn't that great? You guys like it? Did you get there? You know who I'm talking about? Sorry, your reputation as being like respectable or honorable or, you know, holding true to your own vows dashed, because there's receipts. There's something here that we can prove that you did that goes against this little like, look at me, I'm great. So this could absolutely be about a child that was born out of wedlock or somebody that participated in the horizontal mambo with the magician. Spilling the beans, revealing secrets, cats out of the bag, untrustworthy. Yeah. And then we've got snack, obsession, physical attraction, and sex appeal. We've got somebody who wanted everyone to look up to them, to be kind of seen as like a little bit angelic, like, you should do it like me because I don't break any rules. I don't know why I have to do that voice. It's like I'm reading Mickey Mouse or some shit. But this is maybe this person like has to be extra like crisp. Maybe it's like I work in spirituality or like church, or I work with kids or something. This is somebody who's like, I have to be like perfect, right? But interesting because we are literally around like graduation time. But there's something here where they're about to get what they want. Or they just got what they want, right? That Six of Wands, like, look at me, I'm so great. And it gets overshadowed by a secret being exposed. It's like, I wrote this great book and it's about how me and nobody else in the world, though, just me, did this really awesome thing. And then you go on the book tour and there's like, just like, I don't know, the local squirrel showed up and wanted an autograph. Like, there's no excitement because this reputation comes crashing down due to this secret. So they get all excited about this thing, and it's just like not at all what they were hoping for, because who they really are gets in the way of that success. Oh, shucks. I hate it when that happens. This is the Noisy Tarot. Hey, James, how are you doing? Hunter's on Team Carmen. I don't know if that's fair. Spoons might be in the same camp. We won't be divisive with it. Hello, Voyager. How are you doing? Reading that made me hear, let's give them something to talk about. Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Eight of Cups. Ooh, this looks like somebody getting canceled. Oh my. Yeah, I think that's exactly what this is. Does anyone, just to humor me, want to leave a comment that says, but what about the tour? This could ruin the tour. I think there's actually another celebrity right now who's currently in legal trouble and concerned that maybe they won't be able to, like, you know, go on tour because they got into trouble. I'm not going to say dude's name because I have zero respect for him. Can he make music? Sure. He's a little bitch. Not say it to his face. Sorry. Entertainment purposes only. No, I was actually talking about a different one. Standing in solidarity with, I don't know, do I really want to start fights over this? I mean, I don't. You know, maybe you can like run it. That's the sad thing though. There's too many things that you could actually like ascribe it to, right? Hello, Jenny. How are you doing? I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. What about the whip tour? I don't think I could do it. Tour around a solitary joke. All right, so we have the Devil, Page of Swords in the reverse, and the Two of Wands in the reverse with the Nine of Cups. Why is everybody so selfish? What is this? This makes me feel like we've got somebody who has an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. I pay you money or I make you sign a document and it says, zip it. Austin Powers style. Zip it. You can't say anything. I feel like there's a non-disclosure agreement here. Doesn't have to be with this High Priestess, but it very well could be because the Page of Swords in the reverse is clarifying the High Priestess. This is like, or it could even just be like a threat. If I hear that you've said something, if I've heard that you are, you know, you got my name in your mouth, like there'll be issues. Because we have somebody here who feels very in control or feels like they always get what they want, you know? This is like a giant ego. I don't understand how that works though. Like, how can you have such a big ego and not be worried about like disappointing people when you're not actually as cool as you said you were? Like, isn't it better to kind of like under promise, over deliver, right? Just me? Okay. The whip tour would be cool. I love you, Carrie. Thank you. I hope you're having a good day. Is there a whip dance? What are you talking about, Jazz? How do you know that I dance to everything? That's weird. Y'all are funny. The person who is no longer a part of this group, the person who's been like kicked out, the High Priestess. This person is, I feel like, in communication with or solidarity with, like there's somebody else here who also loses favor. I feel like that's why this victory is threatened. So, you know, sometimes people will say you're getting a little too big for your britches. And I love that saying because I've never worn britches. Maybe I have. No, I think britches technically have to have like that Isn't that like referring to a pair of pants that has like something to like hold it up like a belt or something? Y'all discuss, let me know. Hi, Missy, how are you doing? But this is like, this person got too big for their britches in the way that they see how they control other people, or they feel like they are this magician, right? Welcome to the show. What song is that? Ooh, I think it's The Skins Haunting. I think it's that song, but it's like, I can teach you how to ruin every relationship that's important to you. This person doesn't say that like consciously, but this is a person who is consistently dealing with estrangements, dealing with people who are like fed up, like, I can't believe you. Why? Because they only care about themselves, right? I feel like this obsession is an obsession with themselves. What do I want? I'm going to go get it because I get what I want all the time. 9 of Cups, very selfish energy. Well, they pissed off another person, and I feel like this is people in cahoots. So High Priestess is over here like, yeah, I don't like them anymore. We don't talk. Someone else sits down right next to at the bar, buys them a drink, and they're like, let's talk about how much we hate that person. Yeah, does that sound like a good time to you too? Cool, I'll order some pretzels or something. Let's do this. There's like some haters. And then it's like they're starting a Facebook group. Hello, Jada. Is it Jada? How are you doing? I can't read it. Hold on. Oh, it's not. Can I call you Jack? I think that's what it is. You tell me if I'm wrong. I like to get people's names right. Hello, Sally. How are you doing? Loan me a drink. I'll give it back when I'm done with it. 6 of Cups in the reverse and a 7 of Wands. Oh. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Isn't that the saying? Like, hey, I hear we have someone in common. I hear we hate the same person. What do you say? You want to like join up forces? See what kind of damage we can do? Lord. I don't think the magician expects anybody to try to take them on because, again, giant ego. But it's also kind of like they never really conceptualize that the people that they threw under the bus might like get to like meet each other under the bus and be like, oh my God, I'd love to like get this person back. They didn't even think about that. They're over here too busy thinking about, I got this, I won that, I have this, people think I'm this. They're so focused on themselves and like, I don't know, winning. Probably a little bit of tiger blood. They're so focused on that they are completely oblivious to the fact that they have a growing number of people who are like, hate that. You know what I mean? You gotta be aware of that shit. I like to keep my pitchforks nice and sharp, so I don't have to worry about that. Hello, Galaxy King. How we doing? How's the Midwest? Yeah, but you remember how mad I was at myself when I got it wrong? It's just because everybody's called me like Cameron too many times in my life, so I really like to make sure that I don't mess up anybody else's. And if you think it's going to be funny to call me Cameron in the live chat, you will find out real quick I won't find it funny. This person has a choice, a crossroads, hey, what do you think we should do here? And they make the wrong choice. Todrick Hall, Wrong Bitch is now playing in my head. I'm pretty sure that's the name. This is somebody who's like, okay, that's fine. You have mistreated people, or you've been selfish, or you have like kicked people out. You've always wanted to look like the person who has a spotless record, but you picked the wrong bitch. There's going to be some issues now, you know? Hey, Nick, how are you doing? Hello, Realm of Bedlam. Yes, if I get somebody's name wrong, I get just a little bit mad at myself because I prioritize that. And also, if you get a personal reading from me and I find out a different name than what is in the live chat, I will use the one that is in the live chat because I ain't about to like deny your privacy, right? You have to tell me if you want me to call you a different name than your username. Aw, Hunter, you're not hated here. Oh, Lord. Got a trash card coming out. Excuse me. Is somebody sick? Of course, it is allergy season, isn't it? Oh, I'm telling you, look at this. It's a meeting of two people who have been discarded. Yeah, I was like working with them, or shoot, I don't know, I'm related to them. I thought I was like on the inside or the, in crowd. And then this magician was a total twat. Two or more people, discussions and planning after they were tossed out. We got to be quick about it. We can figure out something. And between the two of us, I feel like it's more than two people, to be honest. But take it how it resonates. They're like, what can we do? I don't know. Do you have an NDA? Well, I can talk about this. And can you talk about that? This is like high level strategy on what can we get away with legally, making things difficult for this magician because it's time for some justice. But they're taking it into their own hands. Like, all right, a little bit of a stink bomb in the high school hallway for you. But we've got ascension, spiritual path, awakening, and nightlife. Are you struggling on your spiritual path? Have you lost your way? You just need a little bit of time in Vegas. Maybe you need to drink some more. What the hell? Oh. Magician here. Fake happiness, fake everything is great, is hiding something that they would talk down on. So I'm over here, I'm the best. Everybody should want to be like me, right? As the magician's position. I've done all these things for the better, or I created this thing, or I'm inspirational. I'm a genius, whatever it is, right? They're on a higher level is their argument. But then with this nightlife card, I feel like we end up realizing what a sham that is, and that somebody actually like stole intellectual property or has a problem with the thing that they say they don't have a problem with, right? They're insincere.